Greetings and welcome to PJ's Kitchen. My name is Peter James from the website peterjamesx.com, and I'm bringing you the Babylon Report. This evening we are looking at a difficult subject. What I've done is I've linked two subjects together, because as we go through you will see how closely related they are, although when you first hear it you think, I don't see the connection. The subject is Christ, the beginning of the creation of God, and there is no Trinity. So Christ is the beginning of the creation of God, and there is no Trinity. In Revelation 3:14 it says, "And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, These things saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of God." How could Christ be God and at the same time be the beginning of the creation of God? You know, these words we quoted just now were actually said by Christ himself. So we can't really claim that there is an error. You know, the Jehovah's Witnesses use this verse to say, well, Christ is a created being, therefore he cannot be God. And they continue by saying he's an angel. And then it gets even more confusing. Well, the way I've decided to answer this question is, let's ask the first question, what is man? Man is primarily a spirit being in a human body. Yes, man is primarily a spirit being in a human body. The human body is temporary and dies. But the spirit in man is of a more permanent nature, although it is not immortal. You can see a full discussion of this in our document, The Spirit in Man. We are told that the works were finished from the foundation of the world. And when it's speaking about the foundation of the world, this time far predates Genesis and the recreation that's mentioned there. This can be as many billions of years ago as the scientists would like us to believe that the earth and the heavens have existed. 4 billion, 10 billion, 13, they keep changing their minds. In Hebrews 4:3 it says, "For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, As I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world." Very important. We are told that the works were finished from the foundation of the world. I mentioned the spirit in man just now. Well, the spirit in man was made eons before the man was ever made. In fact, the spirit in man was actually made at the very foundation of the earth. When the foundation of the earth was laid, that is when the spirit in man was laid. We are told that the Lord formed the spirit in man. Zechariah 12:1, "The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, saith the Lord," and this is telling us what he did, "which stretcheth forth the heavens, and layeth the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him." Those three events took place all at the same time. we are told that the spirit in man returns to God who gave it to him in the first place. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Now, you know, there are big discussions about the word, the Hebrew word for breaths, push, and spirit, and it gets all very technical. However, in Isaiah 42:5, it says, Thus saith the Lord, He that created the heavens and stretched them out, He that spread forth the earth, and that which cometh out of it, He that giveth breath unto the people upon it. So we are told that God created the heavens, spread out the earth, and He gave breath unto the people upon it. And it continues, and the Spirit to them that walk therein. So we don't have to know Hebrew. It tells us quite clearly there, He that giveth breath unto the people of it, and the Spirit to them that walk therein. Therefore, breath and spirit cannot be the same. They're both invisible, but they are not the same. We are told in both the Old and the New Testament that the eternal God is not only the God of the physical, but also of the unseen spirits that dwell in flesh. And I'm going to read the verse in a moment, but note carefully that it plainly says the spirits of all flesh. You see, the eternal is God, period. So this applies to all things that have been created, including all flesh, whether human or animal. Humans and animals have spirits, but of course they are very different. As one spirit makes a creature made out of dust into a human being, and the other makes a creature also made out of dust, whatever type of animal the eternal God has decided to create. So this is one of the definitions of the eternal God. Numbers 16 verse 22. And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh. So you can see why I pointed out a moment ago that God was the God of the spirits of all flesh, whether it is human or animal. In Hebrews 12:9 it says, Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? See, God is said to be the Father of spirits. So that this New Testament verse confirms the Old Testament verse. You know, people think that they're two separate books and they don't match up. It is absolute nonsense. Most of the New Testament, including Christ's words, were direct quotes from the Old Testament.